What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, my mind, your money business folks? It's me yet again with another video on today's stock market. And the S&P drifts to record highs. So hopefully you are in the market, you are investing in the market, and you're not trying to time the market. You can't win that way, people. You cannot win that way. So let's get into what happened today in the market. Hopefully you guys are doing well whenever you see this video, morning, noon, night. It says U.S. stocks are drifting toward a record high on Thursday amid a relatively quiet day on Wall Street. The S&P 500 was 0.2% higher in late trading and on track to surpass its all-time high set earlier last month after coming close the day before. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was up 331 points, 0.7%. The NASDAQ Composite was edging 2% lower, but at the very end, the NASDAQ edged up 0.2% at the very end before the market closed today. So that is a great thing. So the calm trading came amid relatively modest moves for treasury yields in the U.S. bond market. Big swings there in recent months have been shaking the stock market, particularly when rising worries about inflation and the U.S. government's heavy debt have sent treasury yields higher. Treasury yields took a brief turn higher after President Donald Trump began talking about the prospect of tariffs at the World Economic Forum, saying products made outside of the United States will be subject to a tariff, but they pulled back after he gave few details. Crude prices also sank after Trump called the oil-producing countries to reduce the price of crude, reducing worries about inflation. The yield on the 10-year Treasury climbed 4.64% from 4.61% late Wednesday, though it remains below its high from earlier this month. The 2-year Treasury yield eased for 4.28% from 4.30% late Wednesday. Yields earlier in the day had also held relatively steady after a report showed slightly more U.S. workers applied for unemployment benefits last week than economics expected. While the numbers were an increase, they were well within the modest range established in recent months, according to Chris Larkin, Managing Director, Trading and Investing at E-Trade for Morgan Stanley. Isn't that interesting? Based on the number of people that applies for unemployment affects the stock market. Wow. Employment continues to highlight U.S. economic performance. So traders don't expect the report to push the Federal Reserve to cut its main interest rate at its upcoming meeting next week, people, according to the data from the CME Group. If they're correct, it will be the first time the Fed hasn't lowered the federal funds rate since it began doing so in September to ease pressure off the U.S. economy. Lower rates could boost prices from investments, but they can also give inflation more fuel. Because, the lower the interest rate, the more people tend to invest, right? Because your money is worth a lot more than. Okay, on Wall Street, GE Aerospace flew 6.7% higher after reporting stronger profits for the latest quarter than analysts expected. The company, which split from General Electric with two other companies last year, said orders for its airplane engines and service jumped 50% from a year earlier to 12.9 billion. Netflix was another one of the strongest forces lifting the S&P 500. It rose 2.6% after jumping 9.7% the day before, following a better than expected profit report. Union Pacific chugged 5% higher after beating analyst expectations for profit in the later quarter. The railroad said its workforce was more productive during the quarter, and its fuel consumption rate likewise improved. American Airlines lost 9.7%, even though it reported stronger profit and revenue for the latest quarter than analysts expected. It said it may report a bigger loss for the first 3 months of 2025 than analysts expected. American also gave forecasted range for profit over the full year, whose midpoint fell short of analysts' expectations. Yeah, not a whole lot. Oh, in the cryptocurrency market, where prices have surged on hopes President Donald Trump will make Washington friendlier to the industry, Bitcoin was sitting below 104,000 according to CoinDesk. It has set a record above 109,000 on Monday. So people still getting into Bitcoin. I don't invest in Bitcoin. All right, so let's see. Yeah, the NASDAQ went up a little bit because NVIDIA was down right before the closing of the bell, the closing of the market, and it shot up 15 cents. I'll take that. SPLG, my S&P 500 ETF, went up 38 cents. I would take that. Broadcom, they went down 63 cents. Palantir went up $2.11. Apple's down 11 cents. Tesla's down $2.73. FTEC, my information technology ETF, which invests in almost 300 information technology companies, is up 20%, 20 cents, not 20%, 20 cents. I'll take that. AMD is down 71 cents. So not very big losses today or gains, but the stock market is inching up to new highs. It still is. That's why you have to invest, people. You can't sit on the sidelines. There are going to be good days and there are going to be bad days, but you have to weather the storm. You have to be consistent. You have to understand what it is that you're getting into, and it does involve risk. There's no reward without risk. Again, like I've said in many videos, over the last 100 years, the S&P, just the S&P. I'm not talking about these individual stocks like Nvidia, Apple, Coca-Cola, Johnson & Johnson, Starbucks. I'm talking about the S&P, and the S&P consists of the 500 largest companies in the United States that are very profitable, right? And is maintained by managers. So when a company within that 500 package isn't producing or is falling, they pull it out and replace it with another one. Either way, over the last 100 years, the S&P 500 has brought back over 10% returns. So you have to invest, people. You're not going to get those type of returns from the bank. You may get it from real estate. So invest into assets that are appreciating and not depreciated. Lower your debt to income ratio. Get out of debt. Live below your means. You don't have to have a lot to have a good life. You can live a very modest life and still have a lot, and still do a lot of things. You can still travel. You can go where you want to go. If you need a new pair of shoes, buy the shoes. If you need a new outfit, buy the outfit, but you don't have to buy 50 of them. If you need a new car, pay cash if possible. But try to stay out of debt. Credit card debt. It's hurting you. Either way, so like, comment, subscribe, share this video. But like it, share it. Let me know what you think, if you think anything at all. Disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor, nor am I pretending to be one. Any and all information on my channel is for entertainment purposes only, and it expresses my opinion. So please consult with a financial advisor before you invest any of your money. But until then, you guys be blessed. Have a great day. Have a good upcoming weekend. Peace. Love ya.